problem with Minion, like, Haribo is they're exactly the same every single time. Like, it's yellow, blue...
Yeah, I know,
same.
right?
That's just gotta get boring after a while, I imagine. Yeah, wait, are they fizzy? Like, or sugary?
They're sugary, yeah.
I guess it's better than the ones I tried. But still, I mean, it's just the same, then the same, then the same. I don't know, it feels a bit repetitive if you ask me.
No, so is YouTube.
Anyway,
Record video.
here's our brand new intro before we go anywhere else. So what do you think of the new intro, guys? Well, first, you, Zono, you can get an immediate response rather than in 3 to 4 days. You love it, do you? How much?
I'm not biased at all.
So yeah, one of us did make the intro, and it wasn't me, but without revealing any more. Yeah, that was what happened. I really do like it, because it's, you know, it's got all this stuff happening, and then the music's so happy, regardless of what's happening, you're like, yeah!
Oh, yeah.
That's the dream anyway.
Like, I'm going to tell you now, you're the only one that knows this, okay?
Ooh.
If I die suddenly, that's going to be my funeral music. You're in charge. Okay? As I come through, as the 6 people are carrying my body, they just step through the door and it goes...
Yeah, like have sad music playing until your body comes in, and then that on loop just over and over again. Yeah. That's great.
and the way they got to bring me in is move their legs really, really quickly.
Anyway, welcome back to episode 2 of the Power Up Podcast, a podcast where we talk about video games, technology, and all that sort of stuff. And today we have an interesting amount of varied variety news, if you will, because it's December, and December's a weird time when it comes to news. Like, we're not getting big announcements of, I don't know, Call of Duty 15 and Star Wars Stormtroopings. Instead,
wrapping it up, isn't it?
Yeah. But, interestingly enough, a couple of places have bucked the trend, and we have, like, more wrap-up stuff. And the first story is one that, if you are fans of either me or Zono, you're probably already aware of, because there's 2 big Minecraft things happening, to the console anyway. Minecraft for Wii U was officially announced. We called this, didn't we?
We did call this.
We did call this.
You specifically. You told me.
Yeah. I called it, and then you agreed with my calling of it.
I did, yeah.
And also, the update is releasing in roughly the same period. A big update. Basically, the first one in a year, because there was a smaller one earlier this year, but the first big one in quite a bit of time. And yeah, it's very exciting times for Minecraft, I think.
Yeah, it was more of a bug fix, wasn't it, more than anything else, the last one.
Bug fix with stained glass.
Yeah. and that was really about it, all there was.
I will say, in defense of that update, before anything else, that although it was mostly the custom Suflat feature, I still have fun with to this day. Like, the number of fun game modes you can make with that is intense, and I like that. But the big issue is, no matter what you make, they always count it as, you know, you have done it in creative. So if you want to work towards your leaderboards or achievements, can't do it. Which makes sense, but it's a bummer for me, because I like working with leaderboards.
Diamond ore, and then...
But there's no diamond leaderboard, and there's no diamond achievement. Well, there might be a diamond achievement. There's one for throwing diamonds at a player, but yeah, either way. So yeah, that's the last update. This next update's coming out soonish. And the thing about Minecraft Wii U, which is, because they relate to each other, and I don't know, they're symbiotic. But the thing about Minecraft Wii U, because I do now have a second Wii U, because I sold my half of someone else's Wii U, and now I've got a new one here.
Look at that.
I got the premium model. I wanted to get the regular model because I was just like, I just want to have a Wii U, but it's so much, like, the difference is so small. But yeah, even the best one, this is the premium, comes with 32 gigs of storage, and I think
32 gigs.
I think something like 6 or 8, or there's a decent amount taken up by the game that came pre-installed on it, and then the game they gave me with it as well is a download card. So I've got 2 downloaded games that are taking up a lot of the storage already. And it's like,
wow. Can you do external storage on the Wii U?
I don't believe so, because I don't want to move into the rant of the week, which is seeming to be a thing now. But Nintendo, why? Wait, I can lift it up and show you all of the ports, every single one of them, and it's
okay. If you're listening to the audio version of this on iTunes, then you should have to describe.
I will describe the ports vividly. So here is a Wii U. It's really cool because it's pretty small. Like, can you see compared to my hands?
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Even compared to a phone, like, my phone's a quarter of the size of this thing. It's a cool looking thing, and it's a cool, like, form factor, all this stuff. But then at the front, we've got a disc tray, and obviously that's it. Which no, wait, I think there's 2 USB ports at the front as well. They're kind of hidden below here if you want to charge stuff. Then at the back we've got a tiny little fan as well as 2 USB ports, and that's it as far as actual UI. So we have a HDMI port, power in, and then AV multi out and a sensor bar out. But as far as actual ports, 4 USB kind of split across it is it. All you get.
And that's all you get.
Nope. You want to plug in internet? No.
No.
Bad. Who do you think you are? It's like Nintendo. People like putting things in their other things.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, maybe external storage is something that they seriously need to think about then.
It's something they have to do, but then you have to take up one of your ports, and then you can't play 4-player games, which is the core part of Nintendo systems.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like I can't see any other way you do it. Like they just don't have ports to make things happen.
No, they can't have wireless external storage, can they? Wired.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if network storage would work that way, but yeah, no, it wouldn't work properly. Yeah, you've got 32 gigs, and they still haven't made a new model, even though it's 2015. And it's like, yeah, deal with it. You want digital games? Guess you only get 4 of them at a time, and you have to re-download them. And it's like, oh, Nintendo.
Yeah,
so,
that sucks.
Rant of the week, right in the middle of Minecraft Wii U. What do you know about Minecraft Wii U, and what do you think about it? To actually stay on subject.
Nah, I've never been a fan of Wii's. That's the trouble with me. I've never really liked them. The only time that I've ever used a Wii is like at a party and you play some tennis.
Oh, you mean you're talking about the Wii original here, though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've never even seen. That's the first time I've ever seen a Wii U.
Oh, was this your first Wii U you've ever seen? Oh, wow, really?
Legit, first one I've ever seen. I don't know. I've never really bothered with the. I'm a lazy gamer.
Well,
so the Wii never really done anything, and then the Wii U confused. In fact, when the Wii U was first originally announced, I thought it was just an add-on.
So did 80% of people. They did that marketing so horribly.
It was terrible. So, and then I've got Minecraft on the PC, and I've got it on the Xbox 360, and I've got it on the Xbox One. I don't need it on the Wii. I'm not going to use it on the Wii. It's a complete waste of time for me as far as...
Do you think then? So the least selling version right now is the PS Vita, and I don't know how bad it's selling, but I know it's pretty bad. Something like the 360 version sold something like 13 million, whereas the PS Vita's below 1 million. Like pretty bad stuff.
I expect that'll still be the most popular game on Vita as well.
Yeah. But do you think this will sell better than the Vita version? Like, because there is more Wii U's than Vitas. I mean, not by a massive amount, but there is more out there. But on the other hand, like, even in general Minecraft, even if we exclude Minecraft console, like, people have it now. Like, there's not people who are like, I only have a Wii U and I need Minecraft. And if there is, it's like 2 guys in their basement.
See, because I thought, well, why release it this time of year? And then I thought, well, yeah, it's Christmas. I mean, that makes sense, releasing Minecraft on a new console this time of year. But the trouble is it's releasing the 17th, yeah?
Yeah, 17th.
What parent hasn't bought their presents for their kids or whoever by the 17th of December? You know, by that date, most parents have gone, right, you're getting this, you're getting this, you're getting this, it's all sorted, it's all wrapped.
Bad parents with a lot of money.
Not a huge market.
Not a huge, yeah. I think they must have been going for an early release, and then... Because, you know, they've missed their internal deadlines before. So they could have been going for the start of December or maybe like the end of November, and then they had to push it back.
Yeah, the end of November, start of December would have been at least somewhat okay, but even that's still a little bit late.
Even then, though, you can't actually buy a Wii U with Minecraft installed. You have to buy a Wii U, then connect it to the internet, then buy Minecraft digitally. There isn't a physical copy available yet.
Lovely.
And
then Lizard Squad will probably take down Nintendo this year.
I don't know if there's even a Nintendo network to take down. Like, it's
even worth it. Nobody will notice anyway.
Oh no, 12 people. I can't play online with each other anymore. What a shame. But yeah, so I think the only big shame with Minecraft Wii U, this isn't 100% confirmed, but they've made some statements like this. The only thing that it actually does, the other ones don't. So the cool thing about a Wii U could have been that there's a second screen. So many games can use this, and some games have used it in really cool ways.
Properly utilize it.
When you're playing The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker on this, your inventory is on this at all times. So when you need to switch items, you don't have to press start, drag. You can be like, I want this, tap, oh, and we're doing it. And you can also take it off there and do that. With Minecraft, it's just you can play the game on this if you want to, or you can play it on your big screen. And it's like, it's handy in this one specific situation where you want it on a portable console, don't want to play on your phone, don't own a Vita, and other people are using your TV. Except that you can still keep your stuff turned on and plugged in. It's like, oh, I'm not too sure. But, you know, maybe we'll be proven wrong. Maybe it'll be the most successful copy yet. It's the first Nintendo release. Yeah. And people who have Nintendo consoles generally don't have everything
now
else.
It's out, or now it's going to be out on Wii U. Do you reckon 3DS will take it?
So if this wasn't developed by 4J, if this was developed by Nintendo, like they suggested, I think they could have made something happen. But if there is going to be a version for the 3DS, one, it'll be the Pocket Edition version, and two, it will suck because I don't know if you've ever looked up what the hardware is there, or if that even means anything to you, but it's like your phone is a lot more powerful than any 3DS. Like, it's painful, the stuff that's in there, and the screen resolution, it's 240p. Is
it really?
Yeah, it's two 240p screens to make it 3D. But yeah, Nintendo, they try to release things at the minimum possible so they can focus on the games rather than the console, and then sell the console for cheap so you buy the games. It's a smart strategy, but it just means when you want to get games from other platforms on there, it's like
it doesn't work. Yeah,
like because if you want to play Minecraft in 3D anyway, you know, on PC, have you ever clicked the setting that makes it red and blue?
Yeah, I've clicked it, but I haven't ever had the glasses or anything for it.
I bought them because they're £1. This is something you should do if you want to have some fun, listeners and Zona. But if you put them on, it's like, this doesn't even really look 3D. Like, you still see the red and blue even through the glasses. It's like, this was a waste of £1. So, but it did look a little 3D. You could see the depth as well as the red and blue. So
really,
you want to have some fun in 3D? You just buy yourself some cheap glasses. Totally recommend it. So that's our first little news story. I don't think we maybe mentioned too much about it, but there isn't too much to say rather than,
Yeah, that is about it.
And also, wait, the update though. That's exciting.
That is exciting. Your favourite feature? Your 3 favourite features?
Water temples.
Water temples?
The savannah biome. And...
Savannah biome?
Ooh, the third one would have to be the... I don't know what it's called. The banners, I think it is, right?
Banners?
Where you can make your own pattern.
Yeah,
banners. So I'd say those 3. What would you say?
First, number 1, Mesa biome.
It's the coolest looking, if we're being honest.
Beautiful looking. Great for survival as well. Resources there. Second one, slime blocks.
Oh, no. Slime blocks have got to be on my list. Replace anything on mine with that, yeah.
Slime blocks, pretty powerful.
Yeah, so much.
And... I don't know, rabbits are pretty cool.
Rabbits are really cool, but they don't...
They're useless.
The one cool thing about them, in my opinion, I think they're not playing on the console. Because on the PC, I'm sure you must have heard of something about this, but there's a 1 in 1,000 chance, it's 1 in 2,500 chance now, that they'll spawn as a killer rabbit. And they'll go...
Oh, then it'll attack you.
And it's a reference to some Monty Python stuff, but like the coolness of it to me is just like, oh, you gotta watch out for those rabbits. You never know. And I like rare features like that, but they removed it from the PC in 1.9, so I think they just won't put it in.
Yeah, I won't bother with other if they're like copying the code is pretty much exactly like they seem to have in the past. It might be in, and then it might come out on a future update as well.
That could be it too. Well, usually if they. Because we had the giants removed in 1.6, even though they were removed in 1.8, so I imagine it'd follow the same logic. Especially since, you know, like, killer rabbits aren't too friendly to kids who are just like, oh, destroy the rabbit! And then they just get eaten by it, like... Oh, my diamonds! I was so far away from home! That's what I picture happening anyway. But, yeah, so why are mesa biomes your favourite? Above, you know, the slime blocks?
The scenery?
It's pretty.
Mwah.
It's pretty, but the problem is, and maybe it's because I've checked them out on the Pocket Edition and the PC, is you're like, this is nice. And then that's barren. It. You just stare.
But I have to get a huge mesa biome, build a big old western clock tower at the end. You know, cowboys walk, that's where they draw their guns at 12. Taverns, and a mine and a train coming through, railway bridge connecting two like giant mesa mountains together. Mine shaft going down. There's just so many, quartz skeletons out of the ground, like of horse skeletons or moose skeletons or whatever. And another advantage is I think it takes the properties of a desert, so it doesn't rain.
It does. That's why I like the savannah, actually. Because it's all the fun of a plains biome with all the non-rain of a desert.
Yeah, exactly.
But
because you can also get villages in savannas as well, can't you?
Whereas in Mesa, you don't get mobs or villages, or really anything besides staying.
You can get mobs.
Can you? Oh, but
yeah,
as I understood it, you couldn't, but I didn't. I'm not 100% sure.
I think it's only the mycelium the mushroom biome is the only one that doesn't spawn mobs.
No, you don't. Oh, I meant friendly mobs like.
Oh yeah, friendly mobs. Yeah, I don't think it does.
The cow, the chicken, all the good guys.
Cows should spawn in there.
Why should cows spawn in there? Like, what's the logic?
Because I said so.
Oh, well, I mean, I can't really argue with that, because, I mean, if you've said so, then...
Yeah.
I'm actually going to fact check this right now. Ooh.
It sounds about right. Like, I've never seen one on PC in there.
So, in the Mesa biome... Also, it's worth mentioning the Mesa has, like, a variant biome that's way better than regular Mesa. I think it's called the Mesa Bryce. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Is it the taller one?
Yeah, instead of being, like, just one big hill thing, it's a lot of little spikes.
Oh, right.
As it looks like here, it does not have any mob spawning. No mobs at all.
No mobs
cacti,
at all.
though. No mobs at all. Oh, there's friendly mobs. Hostile mobs, sorry. But no good mobs to eat for food. So you do have to leave this biome to actually go get food or plant something.
There you go. Just bring a couple of cows in there. Doesn't take long, does it?
That's true. I like just
slime blocks. You can just fire cows in there.
Fire cows into your Mesa biome. Good idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our next update talk. We're both excited, and you'll see a lot of power improvement video. Oh, you're eating more minions. What'd I tell you about that? But yeah, so
I'm sorry.
They're the same flavor. You're ruining your taste for it. No, but the second subject we actually have here is actually, again, because it's the end of the year. There's not really too much as far as like, oh, this brand new game's coming. But what we do have is Forbes, who are a pretty big publication, I'd say, have their top 10 biggest video games on YouTube in 2015, and they haven't been too specific on their methodology, but I think it's an interesting list regardless.
It is an interesting list.
I mean, presumably they have some facts rather than just that game seems like it was popular. So yeah, these are the top 10 games for YouTube released in 2015. You have the list, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we got Black Ops 3 at number 1, FIFA 16,
number 1, the most played game, or
most played new game, and
yeah,
I
biggest
might believe
games
that.
On YouTube. It's not the biggest games.
Oh yeah, that's
on YouTube.
Of course, yeah. So as far as like
it's time watched, maybe.
I don't know how they'd have that information though.
Oh, so unlike the previous list, which ranks videos based on everything from views to shares to comments, this list is purely views and length of time watched.
Oh, okay then. Fair enough. Well, that makes things easy. So, do you think Black Ops 3 was the most played game on YouTube this year? Because I don't know if that's...
It's only been out. Was it October?
November. I think it's a month old as of like 2 days ago or something.
I don't know. Maybe they're talking about in the period of it being released.
Well, that's kind of...
I don't know how...
that would be cheating. Yeah, I feel as though there's way more Five Nights at Freddy's videos than there is. But not according to the list.
Apparently Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is the top watched game on YouTube of 2015.
Who'd have figured? Isn't that crazy?
Number 2.
Yep.
No, number 2.
I'll let you do the also announcement afterwards. I think you've earned that.
Oh, that's annoying. Number 2. FIFA 16.
Ooh. I don't like... There's a whole side of FIFA YouTubers that, like, I know exist, but I don't know anything about, like, how are they still making videos on this game? But it's a thing that's done. But yeah,
that's... packs, isn't it? It's just opening packs.
I can believe that's number 2. A lot of people like watching packs.
Yep.
Okay, number
3. Five Nights at Freddy 3.
I think the coincidence that this is free and Five Nights at Freddy's free They must have just been making something up, and they're like, "Oh, we can't put it at number 6 or 5."
Yeah, that makes no sense.
So they just went with number 3.
Never played it. Never want to play it. Not my sort of game. Not that it's scary. It just is boring.
Well, it's boring because it's like it's jump scares without gameplay. Like there is a little bit of like stress. Like you don't really feel like you're doing anything. You're just being scared at regular intervals. So I don't know what I think about that.
That's all it is.
Anyway,
number 4, Ark Survival Evolved. I feel like I'm at like E3. You know, the announcer at E3.
They should actually do stuff like this at E3.
Welcoming to the studio, Andrew, head of Microsoft.
Well, I'm here today to talk about my new game, Ark Survival Evolved. It has dinosaurs, and it's a little bit like Minecraft, and that's good enough. No.
If you're the head of Xbox, you should open up with TV.
Sports,
Xbox
TV.
EA.
Didn't they fire that guy, actually?
Probably, I wouldn't
Because,
surprise
I recall watching this vividly, because I was like, new Xbox console, and yeah, they just went on about TV for their announcement of this new console. But
I have a TV. That's what I'm watching this on.
I do not understand that at all. But yeah, the funny thing about that is, Phil Spencer is the guy that replaced whoever it was. So apparently, I don't know if that was just sending a message or if it was just really bad and that's what he thought would sell. But he was wrong.
Either way.
Anyway,
Survival Evolved though, really, really. I've never played it, but I've watched a lot of it. Like, it's one of those games that for me is more entertaining to watch than play because it's a grindy game.
It is a grindy game.
Have you ever played it?
I haven't played it. I've only watched it, and I didn't have that much fun watching it. So
didn't you?
It's just nuts. Like Fallout, if you want to create a wooden wall, it'll cost you like 3 pieces of wood, and you're like, okay, that's fair enough. On this, if you want to make a saddle for like a tiny dinosaur, you'll need like 70 million metal and like 30 billion wood.
30 billion wood. That's
no, it's not that many. It's like 370 metal, and then 914 wood, 600 leather, and you're like.
To be fair, though, the system you're comparing it to, Fallout, is the least logical thing. You can be like, oh, I've got 2 pencils, and that allows me to make this entire fortification.
You go mining, you come back with, let's say, 100 pieces of metal. That's like literally like 5 tons worth of metal. And that's not even enough to make, like, the first microwave or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
Number 5, Agario.
This one seems logical to me. I saw this game explode. It's a very non-game.
It's one of those games that you only play when you're bored out of your skull.
Yeah.
You don't say, you know what, I've had enough of Fallout today. I'm gonna go and play some Agario.
I did that yesterday. Not with Fallout, really? But I was like, I can't play real games anymore. I'm just gonna.
I get to number 1. I get to the biggest one in there, and I'm like, what now?
You wait until someone destroys you, because you knock the things in, and I think it is just a fun. It's such a basic thing, but it feels good, and that's
it does
some
feel
people.
good.
Sometimes people just want a 10-minute feel good game, and Agario works with that. Although, it's bizarre that grew so big, but I don't understand why it's a good YouTube video though, because you're just like, here's a funny blob.
Sucks.
I'm a funny blob. I'm going to absorb the funny blob.
Yeah.
You make the entertainment yourself, and maybe that's it. Cause, yeah. Like when you eat cereal and you're like, oops. But yeah, that's that. So.
Number 6. I don't remember what number we're on. Number 6, Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
What a unique game. It's funny how there's 2 Five Nights at Freddy's on this list for top 10 games released in 2015.
Sponsored by Five Nights at Freddy's. Game. I couldn't care less. Number 7. Fallout 4.
So this is one I think we can both get down with, right?
Yep.
Great game.
I can understand why it's so low on the list, though, because it just doesn't work on YouTube.
I think the Elder Scrolls games work a lot better on YouTube.
Yeah, even those are hard. They're just so big, so open,
that you never can do something that everybody likes. Some people like the buildings, some people like the main quest lines, some people like exploration, some people like side quests. You can never do an episode that everybody likes. And no matter what you record on a Elder Scrolls or Open RPG game, most of your comments will be, can you do this next episode? Can you do this next episode?
Well, the format I covered it in, I'm doing a Let's Play where I'm just like, and ignoring everyone. But like the format I found works is just do one mega video, and then it's all in there. If you don't like what's in there, then
Don't
so
watch
what.
it. Yeah.
But it's one of those games where if you start listening to comments, then you'll go do this, then you'll go do that, and then you'll be like 4 hours in, like, I didn't even want to do anything from the last 4 hours.
Yeah, we haven't done anything here yet. Yeah.
I think it has the potential. Like, these games should be good on YouTube because in Fallout, I bet there are circumstances that happen to me, but nobody else. Like,
oh yeah.
This is a weird stat, but I bet I was the first person to join this specific cult. You know, when I was playing on launch night, it's like, wow, yeah, very few people are going to find this weird little thing. There's just a bunch of weird stuff that should make it great. I remember someone telling me their story of like how if you follow deer around, they'll eventually take you to a quest, and it's like, that sounds like a cool idea, but idea. But yeah, I don't know if it's like built into their programming or if it's just like they run towards big cities and that's where the quests are. But yeah, it's like that sounds like a cool thing to watch, but people don't go out of their way to look for new Fallout to watch. They watch Fallout from people they already watch, and that's why I think it's not a great YouTube game.
Yeah. Number 8, Mortal Kombat 10.
So I think I haven't actually played this game. It's a shame I haven't played some of these games, and I can't give a real thing. But Mortal Kombat X is a game that really I think would make a cool tournament game to watch on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
But no one's going to watch it like someone playing the campaign, right?
No.
Have you played it at all?
Apart from having the best theme tune of any game in history, I've never really been bothered by it. Fighting games isn't really. I think they're too old. They've sort of updated over time, but they've always had the old style fight.
It is the same gameplay from 1980.
Yeah, and it was fun back then, and like some people still find it fun now, but not many. You know, so I don't know, not my kind of game. Number 9, Batman Arkham Knight. Never played it either.
I wouldn't expect this to even be anywhere near the top 10. I mean, like, it's a cool story game that you might want to watch the one time for. This is one of those games I think. Would you like to go first?
No, I think I know why it's in the top 10.
This is the sort of game that you'd want to watch for 2 reasons. One, you're like, I don't want to buy this game, I just want to see the story. And I think this is one of those things where they might like be justified in removing it from YouTube. And 2, because it's buggy as all heck, and you might want to be...
Yeah, that's the only reason why I mean it, because when it came out and it was so buggy, everybody was making videos on how buggy it was, and everybody was watching videos of how buggy it was. I watched like 3 or 4 videos of how buggy it was just to see how buggy it was.
I watched a video where the NVIDIA video of it is in like 60 FPS, even though like it can't run at 60 FPS, and the NVIDIA guy's like laughing at it and making comments at how this isn't real or something in the background, and that's why I watched it, because there's loads of like controversy.
Yeah.
With gameplay in the background, so
yeah, exactly.
I think this cheated its way into the list.
Yeah, I think
Let's make up a game that should go in its spot. Let's disqualify it. Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Yeah, I would expect it would probably be Black Ops 2.
Released this year,
though. Warfare 3
released this year.
Oh, neither of them were? Have we not had a Black Ops this year?
We had one Black Ops this year. Black Ops 3.
One?
And that was it.
Oh.
That was our Call of Duty game for the year. If it had to be a game released this year, I guess they'd just be like, oh, I'm looking at my games nearby.
I bet City Skylines isn't too far off the list.
Yeah, City Skylines got it.
That was huge on YouTube for a really long time.
I love that game because it's a story of like the community making a good game successful.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you made a good SimCity.
Yeah,
have our money.
It deserved to have all the attention it got.
It's a fun game. It does actually deserve it. So, So what is
Number 10. The one that just scraped in was Until Dawn. I know nothing about this game.
I know nothing about it either.
You know nothing
I think
about it
it's
either.
a horror game.
Yeah, I expect it sounds sort of that thing.
Ah.
Not our sort of game, obviously.
Like horror, like to me, like even in movies and in games, it's a low budget genre, and that's just not what I want. Like,
yeah,
sometimes you can be excited by horror, usually not.
Yeah, no, not my kind of game.
Me neither.
Next topic then.
So the next topic we have on our list here is to do with the Valve VR, or Steam VR, or also known as the HTC Vive, because for the longest time they're like, it's releasing before the end of 2015, and I might have even complained about this once or twice, and on December the 10th they finally say, oh, turns out it's not releasing in, or December the 8th it turns out, but it's not actually releasing in 2015, and it's like, one, every single piece of VR is being delayed constantly, like, it was 2012 when we first saw the development versions, and here we are in 2015. Well, it's just going to be 2016 by the time it comes out, and we still don't have it. Like, why can't they just put out a version that's just like, here's the early version, if you want the good one, wait for number 2.
Here's a version. Feel free to do what you like with it at this stage.
Because the first version's going to suck regardless of how long they wait. Like, that's how stuff works. Like, you know, even like really successful phones like the iPhone. The original iPhone didn't have apps.
Yeah.
You were stuck with their browser and their calculator and whatever. And I think, you know, the same logic. The first one's going to suck. Second one probably also going to suck. And then the third one's where it's going to be good. Why delay the suck? Because now people are going to think this is the refined version. And they're going to get it suck. And it's going to be garbage.
Yeah. Just release it. See what people say. See if it's even wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And go from there.
What do you think about like VR, like as far as the future? Do you think games are going to be using it, or do you think it's like?
I saw it was on. I actually had YouTube was broken on Xbox last night, so I actually had to watch actual TV. It sucked so bad. So after watching a couple of runs of Top Gear, I decided to flick over to another channel, and it was a news channel, and it was a VR sort of thing. In fact, there's two things I saw. One, Laser Quest. You ever been to Laser Quest?
Is it a laser tag place by any chance?
Yeah, laser tag. Yeah. So you have this little laser gun and you run around this like dark maze and you shoot your teammates.
Yeah, I'm vaguely familiar with the idea.
It's that, but with a VR helmet on, and it makes the walls look like. Have you ever played Deep Space? Those games, like in a spaceship, and it's a horror game sort of thing, and it's metal walls. And it projects what you see and then makes it gamed. So all the walls are like metal walls.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like iron. So in real life, it's just like a felt black wall.
Yeah, but in the game, you're seeing this cool.
It's a corrugated iron hallway with like a flashing light. Do you know what I mean? Like a flashing strobe or something.
That is such a cool idea.
Yeah. And like, because then from there, you don't even have to shoot other people in the game. They can make.
Yeah, you can go for that solo.
Like a goal come out of the ground, and you have to shoot it, out of a little fire exit or something like that. And it looked so sick, like through these goggles. I was like, I have to do it. And the other one isn't really going to be useful for the most of the community, but they got two very good rally drivers, okay, very famous rally drivers, and they mapped out exactly the same track. But they weren't on the same track together. So they had, like, in the same car park, but they had, like, track A and track B, both exactly the same. And then they had one car on track A, one car on track B, but they were wearing VR goggles. In a real car, they were wearing VR goggles, and that projected them to, like, a computerized track with boulders on the road and really tough cliff edges, really big drops. And they'd go around the track and they would race each other without worrying about hitting each other. Like, they couldn't actually hit each other because they weren't on the same track.
But yeah, they could.
But they could see the other person right in front of them. And it's really weird how your mind, that he's not there, but you still avoid it.
Yeah, like, because that's how your eyes work. You trust them a little bit.
Yeah. And there isn't a huge boulder in front, but you still chicane around it.
I saw something surprisingly similar to that second example. but except I think it was just one rally driver, but they just took a track, but then made it so in the VR goggles, stuff like the cliff would fall down on half the track, and he'd have to like steer around it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and that's a cool example.
Sick.
I think I think VR is going to be so good in theory that it's kind of worrisome. Like, if you think about that laser tag place you mentioned, think about any laser tag place that has that, and then think about a place that doesn't.
Oh,
it's going to ruin us. We're going to be so amazed by everything that real life is going to be ruined. That's my theory.
Yeah, just wear them all the time.
All the time. There we go. Because we spoke before, I think, maybe about the guy. It might be a Rooster Teeth guy even, but like they're in a car. They blacked out all the windows and they put a camera behind it so you can play in third person.
Third person car, yeah.
Stuff like that. I want to be in third person. I hate this first person.
Imagine the mods to a VR though. Like if you had a VR that could work anywhere in real life, and someone just modded it so all the cars look like marshmallows, and then you just jump out into the road. It's like marshmallow. And to you, it's a marshmallow. In real life, it's a bus.
I think that sort of mod might even like. Could you claim some of that fault as the mod maker if they like make a mod for your vision that makes it so that everything's a marshmallow?
That makes everything delicious.
And two, why would someone make that?
I would.
I'm happy with you not being a marshmallow right now. Like I think as the, if we were a marshmallow, we might get less done.
Imagine me if I was.
Imagine what?
Imagine me if I was. I would be delicious.
You would be delicious.
I would be.
Let's spend this whole podcast going.
Yeah.
Say that again. Yeah, that
and
sounds
then
tasty.
You could roast me slowly. I go all gooey.
This is starting to sound a little weird. So
we'll
move on and say, yeah, it sucks. They should release something. When they do release it, I think we'll both be getting it, probably. And we'll do some cool VR games, I guess. Like, I obviously want to do the typical VR and a roller coaster thing, but beyond that, like, any game, like, okay, one more thing actually that I really wanted to discuss on this subject, because it is the coolest thing I've ever seen as an idea. Because I think right now games are kind of a bad thing to do all the time. Because if I sit in my chair all day, it's gonna be bad. But if you get an Omni, which is the like kind of treadmill thing, but you stay on the spot, and you get the VR goggles, you can go when you're like walking the game. When I'm walking 12 miles in Fallout, that's a good anywhere. Exercise. Yeah. And then it makes the game more realistic too, because you're also doing exercise, so you feel worn out and you don't. I think it's a cool idea. Make people healthy.
Call of Duty would be sick.
Exactly, because if you're physically fit, you'd have an advantage. So you'd get in shape to play the game better. The pros would all be athletes.
Oh, for sure.
That'd be cool.
Because they already steroid check gamers now anyway at tournaments. So if it was like VR, they would have to be really like hot on it.
They do this because they all take Adderall, and it's like, okay, so we need to drug test them without testing for that drug. So we'll test for weed and steroids. Steroids, they're a performance enhancing drug, but they don't actually check for the one that enhances your gaming performance, which I think is one of the bizarre. Anyway, that's a whole can of worms that we're not going to open. Let's leave that thoroughly shut. And let's move on to the next subject, which is actually the Xbox head Phil Spencer, the guy who replaced Mr. TV. He said, actually, this image describes it quite well. It's a picture of Mario and an Xbox One. He basically says he'd love to see Nintendo games on the Xbox One. So would you like to explain the story a bit more than that?
From what appears on this article, with the release of Minecraft joining the Wii U, someone asked Phil Spencer, looks like on Twitter or something, would you like to see Wii games come to Xbox? Seeing as though, I don't know why they really said it, but they seem to imply that Minecraft is Xbox or Microsoft owned, Xbox owned. Well, it is Microsoft owned, but, Xbox. Yeah, and that's, they are sort of rivals. Microsoft and Nintendo are somewhat rivals, and yet Xbox or Microsoft is lending their game to a rival company. Would you like to see Nintendo games come to Xbox?
And the specific example they even mentioned was GoldenEye, and this is something that I hope they do see the logic in, because depending on how much Minecraft Wii U sells, depending on how much PS3 sold, all this stuff, it might be more financially viable to not have exclusives next generation, because the amount they spend right now.
Yeah, I understand exclusives. I don't understand Wii exclusives. because the Wii console itself isn't good enough. It's not in any category anywhere good as a PC, a Xbox, or a PlayStation. There's nothing that it does better.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I mean, even the Kinect has a better motion sensor than the Wii. Do you know what I mean? So the only way I think that Nintendo are going to be able to stay afloat for the longevity would be to license out their games to the other consoles and become basically a third-party game developer rather than a leader.
The thing is, Nintendo are already making their games with their characters, so Zelda games, Mario games, for smartphones. That's something they're going to be doing. I think other consoles, maybe there's a big guy on the director who's like, no, we keep games, because, they're Japanese, and they do a bunch of weird stuff with that. But I think it would be beneficial for them to release some, like every now and then, release a Zelda game on the Xbox and the PlayStation. So that way you get people hooked.
It doesn't even sound out of place, though, does it?
Does it not?
Yeah, no, Zelda Ocarina of the Last Time, Xbox One. Doesn't sound out of place.
It doesn't.
In my opinion, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and people would be so pumped if they just don't have one, and they'd be like, yeah, we'll pick this up. And some people would just be like, oh, I want to try this out. They'll try it on their Xbox, and if they want to get more, they can head back. It can be like a taste.
Over to the Wii, yeah, exactly.
And
plus, decent Pokemon.
Pokemon's never going to be a console game anyway.
Yeah, but imagine it. It's possible if they start doing it. It's possible.
Have you ever played Pokemon Colosseum, though? Because that's the main console.
I have, with the next-gen... imagine the possibilities. There is a possibility there. I don't know if I'd play it, but the possibility... It would look amazing.
But it doesn't need to.
It doesn't need to, no. But does any Pokemon game after the first one need to exist?
Well, I would say no. I would say that it doesn't need to exist, but that's me being a first-gen elitist here. But the thing about Pokemon, and I just feel like it would be a cool theory, like, oh, Pokemon on the Xbox One, and they're going to use the 1080p to make really beautiful Pokemon. And I'd be like, oh, nice. I'll just keep playing my 3DS version, because it just doesn't matter to me. But that's just me.
The lighting and the shadows, and I think there's a lot of potential.
But I mean, Pokemon games, Nintendo does this all the time, and I think maybe it's a good idea. But they release the same game with minor changes, like even Pokemon X and Y, or they're the newest one, right? The latest Pokemon, they still have this 8-gym format. You still walk from gym to gym. You still unlock the TMs along the way. Yeah. You level up your Pokemon, then you fight some big, evil team. Then you get to the Elite 5, 4, 3, whatever. And it's the same concept, but slightly redone. And I think... I don't know where I was taking that. But if they were to make a Pokemon game next one, it'd be that again. And they wouldn't be doing too much. So yeah, I think... That's a good ending to most news stories, it seems. So let's move on to the final little section of the show where we ask each other a fun would you rather question and make it a tactical, competitive thing. And I'll let you ask me first this week.
Okay. So would you rather, Andrew, have a head the size of a tennis ball?
Okay.
Or a head the size of a watermelon? A big watermelon. Like, imagine so you've got like a tennis ball sized head, as in your whole head, your nose, your eyes on your body, like this. Or like a watermelon.
Okay.
Think of Hey Arnold.
Oh, like a kind of circle. I was picturing like a circle, but just a big one. But you mean like
a big circle, whatever. Like the shape of the watermelon doesn't really matter in this equation.
Just the fact that it's big. So I think the correct answer, you can obviously... I think the tennis ball one is better because they're both kind of freakish. You're going to look weird, right?
Oh yeah, you're going to look weird no matter what.
But the tennis ball head has some advantages because it means like being hit in the head is a lot harder.
Yeah.
I guess your height would suffer, which would be a problem. And I think... I think tennis is probably better just because it has the slight advantage of not being able to be hit in the head and being able to like fit through gaps easier.
Yeah,
Because that's a current problem where you get like
hopefully, like shrinking the size of your head doesn't like shrink your brain.
Oh yeah, otherwise you'd either die or be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would also shrink the size of your mouth, which means you wouldn't be able to eat as bigger portions, would you?
Well, that would be yeah, that'd be a nice
You'd
little
have
health
to
benefit.
cut your food up smaller.
Well, I mean, it would make you healthier in the long run.
It would, yeah. But imagine the comedic sides of it. Like, you want to go into a shop and you want to buy a hat, and you put it on your head and it just like sits on your shoulders. That
would be very comedic. I would enjoy that a lot.
It would just be like, and you could get like little miniature hats made for you. Little miniature glasses and stuff.
That does, I'm sold on that idea. I think tennis ball might be the objective way, because if you have a bigger head, the only thing I can think of is that if your brain grew with it,
smarter.
Yeah, you'd be smarter, or you'd at least be able to do more stuff. And if you're assuming that it's somehow just compacted the same space, but whatever, then I think small head. Are we both agreed on that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Small head for the win.
So, if you're ever given the option by a genie, make sure you pick small head. It's endorsed by the show.
Don't wish for it, but if you've got the option.
When people get genies and they're like, oh, you can't wish for unlimited wishes. One, if you're a genie, you should be able to. Like, if you have the ability to do anything ever.
They're my wishes.
Yeah. Well, you just tell me how to use them.
What I want. Yeah.
Second of all, if they then say, okay, you can't wish for more wishes, then it's like, I'll wish for more genies.
Yeah.
And that if you do have a genie, and he doesn't seem like the sassy type that's going to ruin your wishes and turn them against you, try and find the loophole, because wishes are pretty powerful.
On your last wish, I wish that you forgot that I've spent 2 wishes.
Wait, sorry, say that again.
I wish that you forgot that I've spent the other 2 wishes. 2 more wishes. Hey.
Yeah, that's gonna work. So I'm gonna count that as the loophole. So just remember, guys, use a loophole. They're the best things ever. So my would you rather actually comes from either.io, but because a lot of these online just suck. I think we discussed a little bit. Like, it's just like, would you rather? What was your one? Like, receive a phone call or send a text or something?
Yeah, brush your hair or like wax your arms.
It's like this is just a non-question, and there's so many bad ones. This one includes it, but I figured I'd add a twist to it. So,
okay,
would you rather pay in nothing but singles for us this SB pound coins, or pay in nothing but hundreds? I don't know if we have £100 bill, a £50 bill, I guess.
Do you get change?
No, and you don't get like infinite money for this. It's like your money has to be in either entirely pound coins or entirely 50s, and you can't pay by card.
Pound coins.
Really?
I think that's like the only unless,
because bear in mind,
because if you pay with the hundreds, if you're paying by ones, you've got to carry around a lot of pound coins.
It sucks that you lose £97 for a meal deal or something. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? You go to the shops. Let's say you even spend 60 quid in the shop. You're still losing 40 quid.
Yeah, you are. Well, I mean, although from the value proposition, you're right. I think if you just planned your life so that you made most purchases big times. So, I mean, obviously it's suck if you're at an airport or something, you just need water because that's £100 water. But if you just plan your shopping trip, so it's like, I'll go once every 3 weeks or whatever it takes to get that amount of shopping, and then you do that, it makes life a lot easier, because the pound coin thing, that's going to get really problematic with big purchases. Your car, you genuinely have to wheelbarrow, maybe even more than the wheelbarrow, like something like, even just reasonably expensive things like a holiday, like £500 for a flight, wherever it is.
You'd have to buy a car just to carry around your money.
Yeah, and you and I think hundreds, although it's more problematic if you it's just too big. 100, like,
if it was 50s, because we do have a £50 note
50s
here in
are
the
biggest,
UK,
I think.
50 would be acceptable. I would then go with 50s, but 100 is
I think I'm on the same boat here. Like, I think you need a lot more money for hundreds to be more justifiable than singles.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna have pound coins, only for giggles though, because I feel as though there's some fun shenanigans in there too.
Plus, most of the time you're not spending more than like 20 quid in a transaction most of the time.
I don't know about you. #YouTube money. No, pretty much everything I ever spend. You know, there's like when you pay by contactless, there's like a £30 limit.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I tried to buy something and it went over that. So, like besides online, obviously. So yeah, it's true. I think right now pound coins are smart, but because this is for the rest of your life, inflation is gonna make your life hell in 50 years when a pound coin's worth next to nothing, whereas £100 might be the default unit of currency. So, something to consider. You want to change your answer based on that?
No, I was just thinking about welding all the pound coins together.
I think they stop being legal tender if you weld 2 pound coins together.
We don't make £2? make a £2 coin?
I've learned a quick little loophole if you want to... You strike me as the guy that might want to do this. So, banks will exchange any broken note as long as you have at least 51% of the note, right?
51%?
Yep. But that means there's a serial number on there, and I was going to whip out a note and show a serial number. I'm worried there's something you can do with that. But so every note has a serial number on, and in theory, they're meant to be able to check that. But if you tear across the serial number, so they can't check it, most banks in good faith, if you've got 60% of the note, they'll be like, yeah, you just ruined some note. That's fine. We'll exchange it. So what you do is you take 3 notes, and then you take the, tear 2/3 off 2 of them. Then you have 2 1/3 left. Sellotape them in a way that, or get them together in a way that makes it convincing. Boom, 3 notes.
Makes money.
Yeah, make money out of nothing. Obviously, I think if you did this multiple times at the same bank, they'd get suspicious. But I mean, for £50 for free, it's pretty good. And worst case scenario, you've just torn up £100. What could go wrong with that? What could go wrong with that?
Yeah. I don't know if there's a law technically against it either.
Oh, you said that you think there is, or you don't think
would there be a law? Like, what would be
I
the
do
law
think that it is against the law to... Because people used to melt down pennies, and they made it against the law. I don't know if it's only cash coins that applies to, or if it's all money. But I know it is a crime to do something with money. Like, it's not our money. It's just our...
Because it's not illegal to deface a note.
Is it not?
No, it's a myth. You can write on it as much as you want.
Oh, let's start doodling right now. Oh, I don't have any notes, only coins.
Haha, them YouTube money.
For those of you curious, this is what a pound coin looks like, in case you're not from the UK. Oh, this is so small, even right next to the camera. They're lovely. They're gold. You with your dollar bills don't understand this, Americans.
Made of gold, though.
Yeah, they're not. Are they even? Is there a little bit of gold in there? What is it made from?
I think it's nickel.
Coin talk. You think it's what?
Nickel.
Yeah, that would make sense. I believe it's gold because
your coppers aren't made of copper either, are they? They're mostly like
it's tin,
metal.
I think.
Yeah.
Not tin. Yeah,
some
whatever.
Worthless metal.
Yeah.
Because if they made copper coins out of copper.
That's why. Yeah, like some pennies are worth 3p in copper, so people used to generally melt them down. So
yeah,
that's why it's against the law to do that at the very least, because it cost them more than a penny to make the penny in the first place, and then pennies are the worst thing. Yeah. Let's get rid of them. Honestly,
get rid of them.
Canada got rid of the penny, having a pretty good time up there. Australia got rid of the penny, pretty swell. I think they got rid of the penny anyway. So that's penny talk out of the way, and I think that is the end of the show we have today.
I think that's the end of the show. Yeah.
Oh wait, one more thing actually, because this is on eve.io, you don't get to see this Sunday, but the show does. If we click paying nothing but singles, because that's what we picked, right? We can see how many people agreed with us.
How many people?
43%.
But more people would go for 100.
Apparently, I mean,
more people. The majority of people that have answered that question, I think.
I don't think they think it thought it through properly, or they're very rich. And I doubt it's the second one, because they're very dumb for picking that one.
If you're very rich, you're not spending your time on the internet looking at would you rather questions.
Wait, are you not
maybe
scrolling?
You are.
Yeah, maybe that's what they do all day. Yeah, that's... Maybe no, that's just bad thinking.
Yeah, that is bad thinking.
Very, very bad thinking. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you did all enjoy the show. Do we have an outro thing we do before the end, or do we just...
Run the intro again.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. So, oh, geez, this actually is kind of tricky. Okay, let's get this up, and then, oh, no. So, in the meantime, you got 10 seconds to fill here. Tell a joke.
Okay, I got 10 seconds to fill. Oh, I ain't got a joke. The horse walked into the bar, and the barman said, "Why the long face?"
I love bad jokes. Good job there. Okay, we're going to roll the intro, and then it's going to be done. Thank you for watching the Parrot Podcast. And we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Oh no, it's not playing. There we go. I love it.